Alright, so there's been quite a bit of buzz lately about visitors, travelers, traveling down to Southern California to go visit places like Disneyland or just a beach down there in Southern California. And apparently there's been quite a few car break-ins. But the weird thing is, people are not breaking in to steal your purse, wallet, electronics, anything like that. No. They're breaking into SUVs mainly to steal the back seats, kind of like this one, or the third seats. That's what they're technically called. So here I am with a Chevy Suburban, because this seems to be one of the popular vehicles that these thieves are targeting. And I'm going to show just how easy it is for them to take out a third row seat. Now this one here is fairly new. This Suburban is, let's take a look at it real quick. Fairly new. It only has about 23,000 miles on it. So it's a 2015. And this one has leather seats. So a lot of times these thieves, they break out the back window, they hop in, and all they got to do here is just go underneath here, and the way these are attached, if you can see right there, there's like a boat, so they just undo these right there. So there's one right there, they just undo that. Then you have the second one on the other side right here, kind of the same deal. I think it's like an Allen wrench or something they just use. So you got two. And on the other seat, there's the third one. And there's the fourth one there on the very end. So they undo all those, boom, 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 boom. And the seats come right out. It's pretty simple, really. So this is what they're doing. They're just breaking into your vehicles. And they're unattaching them. You can just pull this thing up right here, and you pull that out, and you can get right underneath, and they just pick up the seats. So I'm going to give some tips on how to help protect yourselves from becoming a potential victim. One of the things you do, since this is happening in parking structures at Disney World, or I mean Disneyland, is if you back your vehicle in, so the back end is up against a concrete wall, just back it up all the way so they have no room to even squeeze in and take the seats out. So that's one tip. Tip number two is have an alarm. Obviously a car alarm is really good, and have it pretty sensitive, so if they break your back window, the alarm will go off. Tip number three, they actually sell this online, but they actually have locking devices that you can just put on the bottom of your seat, so you know they just kind of go in the bottom of your seat and locks it up. You can find stuff like that online. So there you have it, 3 advice to help prevent getting your third row seats from getting stolen, because apparently it's been happening quite a bit down in Southern California. And apparently the GMC vehicles and the Chevy like SUVs, Suburbans, Tahoes are a pretty hot item right now. Pretty big target. So if any of you guys drive Suburbans, Tahoes, or any other type of GMC vehicles, then just, and you plan on going down to Disneyland here pretty soon, or Southern California, just be on the lookout. Alright, so another example I want to show is a GMC Yukon. It's another target vehicle. It's like another Suburban, big SUV type of vehicle that also has the third seats. That also is a high target. Now this one's a little more complex than the Suburban. This one has like switches that you use back here, and this actually controls the seats going up and down. This one's actually pretty fancy. So this one's a little more complicated. I'm not sure if these types of Yukons or Targets, or if maybe it's probably the older models. But anyway, oh, now you can't even, okay, hold on. Now you can't even see the bottom. See, look how fancy that is. So these just, anyway, now that those are in the upright position, a lot like the Suburbans, they have, you know, the same attachments. You know, just the Allen wrench. You just go in there and undo these hooks and all that. But this one's gonna be a little more complicated because you got these wires here, and that's what controls the seats, the switch that I was just playing with. So they're gonna have to come in and also unplug that, and they do that like right there. They just separate that. So this one's a little more complicated. It'll probably take them a little longer to take these seats out. So this is obviously a newer model, and it's pretty fancy. It has leather seats. So I would imagine, I believe it's probably the older models that are more of a target than the newer models. But the same, pretty much the same applies to the Yukons as well as the Tahoes and the Suburbans. Like I said, just back it up against like a concrete wall or up against something. I mean, if you're in a parking structure, make sure you have a good alarm, car alarm. And like I said, they also have like lock-in devices that you can install underneath the seats to prevent thieves from coming in and stealing your your third row seat. Another advice I can probably recommend is just park in an area where it's well lit. Kind of like right there, there's a light right there. So pretty lit. It's a good area. Maybe if you have a lot of crap, pile the crap on the back of your seats, so it just makes it that much more difficult. You know, just have the seats down, put a bunch of stuff on top. I don't know, boxes, or just whatever. So then thieves are gonna look and be like, man, I got a lot of shit there. Have to go through. It won't be worth our time. I guess just simple little common sense things like that. So there you have it. There's a GMC Yukon. Another example.